Hello and what is up, everybody? Welcome to the 7.2 episode of the Three Cone Podcast. I'm your host, Riley Bymaster, here along with my fellow co-hosts, Matt Foreman and Brett LeBrock. What's up, fellas?
Nothing.
I accidentally spit on my computer making those fart noises.
I thought those were real.
I wish.
I thought they were real since the little site we got shown right before the episode started. Which the video, the people who watch on YouTube would love to see it again.
No.
So do your future students.
Yeah, your future students want to see it.
We don't record before that. It starts when we start.
Hey, maybe I started it early.
I know you didn't.
I'm just saying it's possible. Well, obviously, since our small talk here isn't lifting off any, you guys just want to jump right into the news and notes so we can get to the good stuff.
Yeah.
This episode, alrighty. So not much has happened within the past week and a half or so. Just kind of a few points. We'll start with the first one that just broke 3 or 4 hours ago. Martellus Bennett is being released by the Green Bay Packers. Now, I don't know whether it's because Rodgers is hurt. He knows they're probably not gonna do anything this year. Did he want out, or were they tired of him? I don't know. What do you guys thoughts on this situation?
Well, Martellus said he was retiring at the end of the year anyways, so it doesn't really make a difference. They're just letting him retire early.
Did you see what it was though? It was I wonder if I still have the update. It was it had a designation on it. Cut vet Martellus Bennett with failure to disclose physical condition designation. So they're saying that he lied about something.
Yeah, he probably said he probably said he was fine when he wasn't.
Yeah, something like that.
That makes sense because then they could cut him without getting sued. When I saw it, I thought for sure Bennett would be filing for some workers' comp because they fired him when he was hurt. Do you guys think
play or something?
Do you guys think he signs anywhere for the rest of the season and kind of finishes out on a high note, or you think he just quits? You think he's done?
He can go back to New England.
I was literally just going to say that, Matt. We got the same mind. I said if he goes anywhere, he's going back to New England.
Yeah. See, I don't know, man. I don't see that happening. I don't know.
He's going to go try and chase a ring if he's going to come back.
Another one.
What are some other contending teams that maybe could fill a hole at tight end? What about Detroit?
They're not I don't know. Are they really a contending team, though?
I think so. For sure.
Maybe Pittsburgh.
Maybe Pitts. That's an interesting option. I wouldn't have thought about that, but
kind of Buffalo because Charles Clay has a bum knee. No, I'm kidding. He won't come here. I'm trying to think of
you don't like Nick O'Leary?
I like O'Leary. I was just joking.
He was hurt last week too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I'm trying to think of other places that he would go. New England is literally the first one. Pittsburgh interests me just because I feel like, I don't know, they like to have those bigger tight ends. And
what about maybe something like New Orleans? I know they don't have much there.
I was literally just going to say that too. Oh my God. It was literally
just about to say that. Matt, you and I are just connecting tonight.
Shut up, Riley.
Never mind. New Orleans is in a bad spot.
I could see New Orleans, and
I think Detroit would be perfect. I mean, obviously, it'd take a few weeks to learn the system and everything, but just in time for the playoffs, I could see him sneaking in as a wild card team for sure. Because I think Minnesota wins the division.
Do you think he goes anywhere? He provides any fantasy relevance?
No, not
much. But
he'd be a bye week streamer, but there's no more bye weeks. By the time he signs anywhere and gets acclimated, there won't be any more bye weeks. So,
I mean, I'd rather stream him than Darren Fells.
Okay. If you're streaming Darren Fells, then just
or my boy Ebron, may he rest in peace. I told you I'm taking the L for Ebron.
Good, because he's literally steaming hot garbage.
He sucks. I really thought he'd pull it together 3 years ago, and then 2 years ago, and then last year, and
then this year.
And then this coming year, and then the year after, and then the one he's in the CFL, and then the prison league, and then
California Penal League.
California Penal, yeah, Major League.
yeah, I agree. No fantasy.
Wait! I got another option here. What if he goes to play with his brother in Seattle?
They don't need him.
But Jimmy Graham.
But they're not going to have to pay him much.
Yeah, they don't. I don't see it.
Wouldn't you love
cool,
to see Martellus and Michael play together?
Oh, it'd be awesome.
The league would literally, there'd be another investigation of why he can't go there because the league's going to block him because Jerry Jones is like, hey, can't have no more activists on this team.
Don't you love how Jerry Jones said it came out a few days ago that said we have a zero tolerance policy for domestic violence?
Yeah.
My favorite thing ever is that, I hate that man. I literally hate that man. Like, I don't hate a franchise more than I hate the Cowboys. And that man, when Zeke first got suspended, was like, yeah, we can't tolerate this stuff, blah, 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 blah. And then the minute Zeke won the first appeal and went off for like 100 yards, he's like, the league can't do this to my player.
Dude, I'm so tired of the Zeke thing. Like, either suspend him or not.
He just hired a lawyer to try to block Goodell's like negotiations.
Nah, he didn't hire the lawyer, dude. Your boy Jerry hired the lawyer.
No, I'm saying Jerry hired the lawyer.
Okay.
No,
I mean for sure. Like,
no, he just.
I mean, it's pretty obvious the team is paying for all the legal fees, right?
Oh yeah, Jerry Jones can't handle like not being the center of attention. I'm on a ramble. Let's move on.
I don't even know how we got there, but anyways. But yeah, I am tired of the Zeke thing. I think they need to either suspend him for 6 games or not.
Apparently, they're supposed to get clarity on Thursday, so we'll figure out what happens.
All right. Well, for right now, he's keeping my SFB team rolling. I'm 8-1, and I'm the worst 8-1 team in history. I think this week I'll be rolling out Albert Wilson, DeAnthony Thomas, and who's my other receiver? I don't know. Receivers, I got screwed.
DeMarcus Robinson?
Ted Ginn.
Marcus Robinson, because you got the other 2 other crappy Chiefs receivers.
Hey, that's it. I lost Garcon to injury. Kenny Britt sucks. It is what it is. But Zeke and Gurley are pulling me through. But it's all good. So anyways, we'll get back on track. So obviously Bennett's not probably done, or he is done. He's probably not going to see much value from here on out. The next thing, Teddy Bridgewater today was officially activated. And he will be in pads.
In full today. He practiced in full today.
Yeah, so he's not limited anymore, which is phenomenal.
They said he will dress on Sunday.
And in a corresponding move, Sam Bradford, after 1 game, placed on IR. He played 1 game, week 1, and looked spectacular, but
he played like 1 in the third of a game.
I don't even know why they started. What was that, like week 5 or so?
It was that Monday night game that he started. They took him out in the second quarter.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. He obviously was not healthy at all. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, he looked bad.
I'm still skeptical on Teddy.
So I've been trying to buy Teddy anywhere I can get him, but it seems like everywhere I go, someone, the owner who has him is in love with him, and I can't pry him away. So are you guys buying him?
I have him in 1 league, and I mean, I'd probably try to buy him in a Superflex league if I get him for cheap, but
what would you pay for him? If you
he's
really
a free
want
agent after the year, so I don't really know. Probably not much.
I think they re-sign him. I think he has a decent end of the season. I think they re-sign him. I think he's one of the guys they bring back next year.
I want to see him get full on leveled first and see how he reacts to it.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how he trusts his knee and just how he trusts his body. I
need to see him get rocked.
They're gonna run a lot of schemes and patterns to where he can get the ball out quick. I don't think you're gonna see him drop back and read through 4 or 5 progressions. I don't know. I'm with you. I want to see him get hit and get up and then be fine. And after that,
I will say that I think it gives a boost to Diggs.
Yeah, but he's got to start first. I mean, Keenum is still the starter right now.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I think I'm with Riley. I think he's going to start at some point this season, and I think when that happens, it's a boost to Diggs because of the rapport. and because of what Riley said of not going through like 4 or 5 reads, he's going to zero in on 1 or 2 people. And I think Diggs is his safety blanket that he's known.
Well, I don't think he's going to necessarily just zone in on 1 or 2 guys. I think it's just going to be if he sees somebody open 3 or 4 yards out, I think he's going to hit him.
So that's a boost. It sounds like a boost to McKinnon then.
Whether it's McKinnon or whether it's like a little out route to Kyle Rudolph or if it's Diggs on a slant, it's going to be something quick. He's not going to throw deep post patterns and running 4 verts all day. Like
he's never done that.
Oh, right. So yeah, we're all on the same page. But Matt, what would you sell him for if somebody came to you wanting him in a super, assuming super flex? Because in one quarterback leagues, obviously you're not.
Yeah, you should pick him up on waivers. Yeah. I'd probably take. I would want to try and get a second, but I don't think I'm going to get that. I'd probably take a third.
See, that kind of surprises me.
Because here's the thing: I don't think that you're counting on him at this point. You know what I mean? You probably, if you're a good super flex player, he should probably be your 3rd or 4th quarterback at this point.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's fair. The thing is, like I said earlier, just people love him if you own him right now.
I mean, it's not like Teddy was a world beater even when he was healthy.
I will say he did look really good that preseason that he got injured.
I think he's good. Like I think he'd be a middling quarterback 2 for superflex teams. I think he'd be a decent second starter. But I mean, I don't think he's going to come in and set the world on fire and throw 30 touchdowns next season. But so is it fair to say we are assuming that Teddy's going to be the quarterback in Minnesota in 2018?
I don't know about that. I'm still on the fence.
You think they let him walk? And
it depends on what he looks like. I mean, I can't say for certain he comes back and he, you know what I mean? I can't say for certain he comes back and he looks good. I mean, part of his game is his mobility. I mean, he did have a very major knee injury, so.
Right. Now, what about Bradford? It's pretty fair to say he's done, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I would. You know where I would love to see Sam Bradford next year?
Pittsburgh.
Yes, exactly.
I would love to see him in Pittsburgh. Even Denver. I wouldn't mind seeing him in Denver either.
Yeah, I want to see him with some real weapons.
You don't think Diggs is a real weapon?
I was never a big Diggs guy.
What about Miami?
I don't know if he's a true.
No, Miami's awful.
Yeah, I don't know.
Landry's gone, and then you got Carew or whoever they're going to put their second wide receiver. And
you want to talk about someone with tons of weapons? Toss him in New York.
So you can throw to Robbie Anderson and Jermaine Kearse?
Oh, no. The other New York.
Oh.
No, Davis Webb is the future there,
Ugh.
according to Ben McAdoo.
I saw a tweet today that Ben McAdoo is going to get fired shortly.
I saw that too.
They need to. They need to let him go.
They said the team has given up on him at this point.
I also saw like an anonymous player
that's the quote I saw where he's lost the team and
he makes him practice 80% on Saturdays.
That's
insane. They basically just said he was a dick.
Yeah,
80% on Saturdays is insane. Saturdays are for walkthroughs.
No, Saturdays are for the boys. First of all,
okay, Saturdays are for the boys. Second of all, Saturdays are for walkthroughs.
Even though every Saturday I hang out with my wife, so
Saturdays are for the
old
life
partners. All right. Moving on from Teddy.
Moving on from Bridgewater and Bradford. Just the final note. I believe our very first guest we ever had made a bet on the pod that Trevor Siemian would outscore Russell Wilson. And Brett took that and, very smartly sided with Russell Wilson. Fast forward to week 10. Oh, I'm sorry. Not even week 10. He got benched 2 weeks ago. Fast forward to after week 8. And Siemian finds himself on the bench, being replaced by the one and the only Brock Osweiler.
And Russell Wilson finds himself in the top 5 of almost every QB category in any league.
We'll just say top 10 easily. We could say top 30 and it'd still be fine.
It's pretty true.
So we're gonna pour one out and shout out to our boy Jason.
Oh my God! Who should we make his picture?
We have to talk about that off air because
I'm keeping it PG today.
Do you remember Do you remember how long it was for?
I think it was for like
3
8
months.
Yeah, it was like 8 weeks. But yeah, jeez.
All right, so that's got to be discussed. But anyway, Trevor Siemian benched. Brock Osweiler handed the keys to the offense.
For the
I think
next like 2 weeks until Paxton Lynch is healthy.
Yep, until Lynch comes back, and then they find out that Lynch sucks.
And then next year we got Swag Kelly.
I was
Next
just
year,
gonna say my boy Swaggy Kelly,
so
Buffalo native, also
Are
an all-time. I
are we
can't say
all
anymore.
are we all in agreement that Denver's future quarterback is not on the roster?
Probably.
Okay,
I guess
I mean,
technically Swag Kelly's not on the roster right now.
no, it's not Chad Kelly. There's no way.
He's got good arm talent.
Dude, he'd punch a ref. He'd get pissed and punch a ref.
Just because he ran on the field during a high school game doesn't mean anything.
He'd roll some
Dude, it
joints
speaks
on-
volumes. I think it speaks volumes about him.
Man, the man's gonna roll some joints on like their like team coffee table.
Dude, he'll smoke during the game.
Brett, can we set up? Brett, can the two of us go find a time so we can go hang out with Johnny Manziel and Chad Kelly and just go slang some beers?
It'd be worse than the Hangover. It'd be
I don't
way
even know. Like,
worse.
I love Johnny Manziel, but like, I'd be like, if it ever came down to it, where he's like, "Hey, come out with me," I'd probably be like, "I'm very scared of you."
Yeah, because you'd probably be in jail by the next 2.5 hours.
I'd be like, "Hey, guy, you make bad decisions. How about you come over here? We'll grab a 30 rack and play some FIFA."
Can you imagine Chad Kelly and Johnny Manziel hanging out for one night?
No, the city would burn to the ground.
The damage that would be done.
Um,
So anyways.
I did see a tweet from like I think it was Bucky Brooks. I think he might have said it on air, like in the beginning of the year, when he said that if Chad Kelly got the opportunity, he was going to win the starting job.
I mean,
And
obviously,
in all
like,
honesty, if he was healthy, I think it probably would have happened.
he probably would because, I mean, he's definitely got the most talent. He's probably the biggest idiot, but
I do think they drafted QB in the first round.
I don't think.
see, I don't think they do that after Paxton Lynch. I think John Elway's not doing that again.
No.
I think Denver's a prime spot for Kirk Cousins.
I was literally just going to ask you if you think Kirk was going to go there.
No way.
No, shocker. Hey, also, Brett, can you go over your 17th reason of why Jordan Matthews is going to be awesome? I can't remember.
Did you just log off?
Did we lose Brett? Oh, wow. That's never happened to us before.
I hate you.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, okay. I think he muted himself and he took off the camera. But anyways, I don't know. I think Cousins is a very good candidate to land at Denver next year. At that point, Chad Kelly would be released. And
No, he's the backup.
he's not the backup. There's no way. Dude, Osweiler is the forever Denver backup. It's fate. Anyways, so we've covered the quote.
What about Josh
news-
Gordon?
What is it? I thought we talked about him.
No.
No, we didn't even touch him.
Okay, Josh Gordon's coming back, not for week. Yeah, okay, sorry. We talked about him on 7.1.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
And 7.1 never got dropped. But
It
anyways,
was bad.
okay, so real quick, Josh Gordon eligible to play by week 13.
Wait, we did a 7.1?
Yeah, that was the episode last week.
Yeah, the terrible one with no information.
Did it not get posted?
No.
We argued.
Wait,
Anyways,
we didn't post that episode?
no.
What?
It's probably for the best.
Yeah, probably.
You talked about Jordan Matthews, and
For like 20 minutes.
it was a long time.
I think I accidentally swore.
Anyways, so okay, you guys want to talk about Josh Gordon?
We'll talk
Take it
30
away.
seconds. 30 seconds. Talk about Josh
Yeah,
Gordon.
Each person gets a 30-second plug. We'll start with Josh's best friend and Johnny Manziel's best friend, Brett.
You want to start the timer?
Yeah, I'll start the timer. Go.
Just talk.
Real quick. Still 26 years old. At 22, led the league in receiving yards. I think the talent's there. I'm worried about the commitment.
Wow, that was 8 seconds. All right, Matt, you got 7 seconds.
Got his body fat down. They got no one else there. Refocused.
4 seconds. Tell you what, I'll beat you both. You ready? Josh Gordon. No, I'm done. That's it. I'm not, but I don't believe in Gordon. He's an idiot. He'll smoke pot again. He'll get suspended.
Hey, he's smarter than Justin Blackman. Can you give him that?
I don't even know.
He's playing in the league again. Justin Blackman's not even playing in the league.
Okay, that's true. Blackman freaking dove off a cliff.
I'm pretty sure that man has no money left.
I thought he was in jail. I don't know. I'm not buying it on Gordon.
I was so bummed when the Rams missed out on Justin Blackman.
Are you happy now?
Very.
Hey, they still haven't drafted a receiver. A true number 1 receiver.
Yeah, we got Sammy.
That's true. I still do you think real quick, do you think the Rams re-signed Sammy Watkins?
I think they tried to.
See, I don't know.
I think he's going to go somewhere where he's going to be a true number 1.
But he can be the number 1 in St. Louis.
I know it'd be what? St. Louis. I don't think they have a national team.
The Blues. He's going to
The
go play for the
Blues.
Blues. Yeah.
Or the Cardinals.
Hockey.
Yeah.
Starting center.
He's going to be the right-handed specialist. No, but yeah, sorry, LA, yeah, them two. I think he'd be the number 1 there. I mean, I think they got a good thing going on with those top 3 receivers right now.
Yeah, Woods has been playing really well.
Yeah, did you know? So they posted something. 3 of the top 5 top-ran speeds this past week were from the Rams game, and Woods' run on that screen was faster than Sammy Watkins.
It's impressive.
Are you saying Woods is better than Sammy Watkins?
I didn't say better. I just said faster on one play.
Speaking of Robert Woods, he's been a very sneaky good wide receiver 3/4 this year.
Yeah, he's a good flex player.
I started him in a redraft league last week and was thoroughly happy with the results.
He could pay dividends again this week too.
Who are they playing this week?
Houston, 12.5-point favorite at home.
Well, yeah, it's true. After I don't know, Houston has no quarterback.
Well, did you see T.J. Yates was getting first-team reps this week?
Oh Lord, no.
They already released Matt McGloin.
Yeah, that was a quick stint.
Speaking of people that Ryan loves.
Just why? Can somebody answer me why? Why, with all the injuries this year, is Colin Kaepernick not signed anymore?
It's why he's suing the
Nobody
league.
wants the bad publicity.
Dude, I understand, but after a while, just take the L and get a better QB than what you got.
Because, I don't know. I mean, he probably would sell tickets, but that first national anthem.
He said he would stand. He said he would stand.
I don't know. I think it's dumb.
I don't know. Anyways, maybe Kaepernick's just not that good.
He's better than T.J. Yates and Brock Osweiler
He's
and
better.
Tom Savage.
And Jay Cutler.
No.
I don't know about that
No,
one.
Cutler's easily better than all of them.
Is he better than Josh McCown?
No.
I'm gonna say no.
No.
He's not. I didn't say that one because I know.
I thought we were talking about the quarterbacks we just mentioned, like Yates and Savage.
Yeah,
and-
obviously. I was just.
Okay. Well, I was
just trying to get a feel for the room here.
Dude, McCown's the quarterback of the future for the Jets. They said
Yeah,
they're open to
33 years
having
old.
him return. Anyways, so let's dive into the main subject tonight, even though we've kind of dodged around. Well, we have had a lot of quarterback talk. So that's a nice segue, leads us right into our main topic. Top 12 dynasty quarterbacks as of right now. We've had some guys leave the top 12 potentially, and we've had some guys move on up into the top 12. So I don't really know how you guys want to do this, if you want to go just person by person, or if you just want to go, I don't know, we didn't talk about this before the show. We probably should have. Do you guys want to just start at number 1 and we each say who we have, and then we'll go from there?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yep.
All right, Matt, we are going to start with you. Who is your number 1 dynasty quarterback as of November 7th or the 8th?
8th.
November 8th.
Aaron
My
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
Even with the multiple injuries
care.
he's had?
Don't care.
Don't care? Cool. Sounds good. Brett, what about you?
Aaron Rodgers.
Same one. All right, so mine's going to be different. I still have Andrew Luck as my number one quarterback.
No.
Here's why.
What?
So Drew Brees had the same shoulder injury that Luck had, or that Luck has. Drew Brees had the same one in his last year with the Chargers. I think it's too early. I think people are writing off Luck.
You do understand this man could never play football again. There's
Or
a possibility.
it could be speculation that he could play next year and be fine. I mean, I understand the possibility, but he is probably the most talented quarterback. One of the top.
I'm
talented
not
quarterbacks
disagreeing with you there. I just think there's a lot more risk involved with Andrew Luck than there was 6 months ago.
And I mean, like, I agree. There's more risk than there was, but
The difference
I still have him.
we'll get compared to the other people that would take that spot for me is just it's not comparable. The drop off in points between him and Rodgers, if they both played a full season at the same time.
And I mean, like, it's not like Rodgers was on pace to throw for 45 touchdowns again. Like, he's getting on up there. What is he, 33?
Yeah, but he still has at least 5 more great years left.
Right, but I mean, if Luck does play again,
why do I care about more than 5 years? If you're talking about more than 5 years down the road, then you're doing dynasty the wrong way.
well, yeah, I'm not saying trade Rodgers for a 2023 first round pick.
So would you rather have Aaron Rodgers or a first round pick for the next 5 years?
5 firsts or Aaron Rodgers? I mean,
Yeah.
well, for the next 5 years, I'd still probably have Rodgers because they're so far down the road.
There you go.
But I mean, so if Luck does play again, then you have 13 years or 12. We'll say 10 years. We'll just double it. Well, 10 years of Luck, and I mean, I still think Luck's number one for me, and it
His
could backfire.
offensive line
I
is
could.
still trash.
True, but I mean, I think Chris Ballard's going to build up that line.
His running backs are still trash.
Dude, Frank Gore is God.
I've said multiple times that man will not die.
He won't.
He's just not good at football.
Twinkies, cockroaches, and Frank Gore.
It's true. So I don't know. I still like Luck. I think he's going to play again. If he doesn't,
I'm not saying I don't like the talent. I'm just concerned. That's all.
yeah, I mean, I'm just
risk and reward.
yeah, I mean that's fine. I'm just rolling with it.
I'm not saying I have him as my number 15 overall quarterback.
Some people apparently do.
Well,
I've seen
people are
crazy
not.
trades on Twitter. But anyway, so I'll just kind of hit my number 2 real quick. My number 2 is Rodgers, so it's not like we're super far off. And there's not a huge gap between them. But Rodgers is my 2, Luck is my 1. We'll jump to Brett. Who is your number 2?
Carson Wentz.
I knew it. Matt, what did I tell you before the show?
Yeah, you're right.
Why did you guys say that?
Because you took Zach Ertz in the second round of our startup mock. All right, we get it. Recency bias. What have you done for me lately?
He's a gunslinger.
No.
He's a good quarterback.
Dude, he's a great quarterback. I said this. I didn't like him when he came out. I did not like him. I wrote him off.
I did.
He's changed my mind. He is really, really good. He's really good. He's in a good offense. He's got good weapons, and I just think it's all but up from here.
I think he's a better Ben Roethlisberger in his prime.
Which it puts up points. So
All right, Matt, who's your number 2?
Russell Wilson.
Jeez. All right. Why? You got to convince me.
What do you need to convince about? What do you need to convince with?
I'm worried about his O-line.
He just threw for 470 yards with that O-line, and he has a new left tackle. And he really doesn't have any weapons. He has Doug Baldwin and Paul Richardson.
Exactly.
And maybe Tyler Lockett if he ever decides to become a thing.
He'll become a thing.
But he still throws for 3 touchdowns every week.
I know. I just think – do what, Brett?
go ahead.
I don't know. I was just going to say I don't think he's a reliable top – elite top dynasty quarterback. I don't think you can put him above Luck.
So. Yeah, it's the risk. It is the risk with Luck.
I side with Matt. I'm going to ruin my own pick here because he's 3 for me.
Okay.
For the same reasons, and also I was looking at. I didn't realize a stat, but I saw the stat the other day that everybody thinks that they're a running team, but they haven't been a run first team since 2014. They pass 64% of the time. That's
I think
like one of the highest in the league.
Wilson's almost on pace for over 600 passes this year.
Ooh, that's headed
Yeah.
for shoulder problems. Just like my number one dynasty quarterback. I'm kidding. I'm being sarcastic. But I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just a preference thing. Like I have some guys that I'd rather have above him.
But then there's your aging again. Russell Wilson's going to be your starter for the next 10 years.
And he adds the factor of he runs. I like the rushing
He
yards.
does run. He does run.
He had 77 rushing yards last week, on top of the 300 yards he threw and 2 touchdowns.
He's on pace to be their leading rusher this year.
Well, that's what happens when you have 17 rushes for 7 yards in one game. So
Is that Eddie Lacy?
no, that was their whole running backs. That was all
That was all
three
the
of
running
them.
backs.
All 3 of them. That was McKissick, Rawls, and Lacey,
Had to have
who
been
was
Lacy,
now
yeah.
injured again.
And then
Yeah.
Wilson turned 10 rushes into 77 yards for 7.7 yards a carry.
What was that noise?
What?
Were you just erasing
You were
something?
scratching something.
Oh, did that pick up? My bad.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
picked
that was
up.
bad.
Oh.
I'm curious though, what was that?
Huh?
What was
I
it?
don't know. There was something on my laptop.
Anyways, Riley, who's your number 3?
My number 3 is Jameis Winston.
No, can't do it.
He's got so much talent, so much potential. He's just got to wrap it all together, and I think he will next year.
But everyone's talking about him. Oh, he's got all these weapons now. He finally has a deep threat. He has 2 tight ends now. What's the issue?
man.
Yeah. You gotta eat the W. You gotta eat the W. Yeah.
Eat the W.
Yeah.
I still love Winston. Like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are going to be a killer duo. I love Winston, man.
I hate him because he has no personal respect for sanitation.
All right,
Wow.
that's the worst.
No comment.
I would never shake that man's hand after that. I'm just saying that grossed me out.
Says the person who just pulled down his pants and showed us his bare butt before we started.
I didn't do that. Why are you lying?
Anyways.
Who's number 3 have we not said? Brett's was
Matt's. We haven't
right.
said
Or,
Matt's.
we haven't said Matt's.
Oh, mine's Luck.
Okay. Really? He's the top 3?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I know.
Oh, y'all are gonna hate me though.
All right. Who? Fine, Brett. We'll start with you. Who's your number 4?
Dak.
I love it. He's mine too.
Oh.
I love it.
I have him close, but not 4.
I mean, okay, so I was skeptical of a QB coming out, but I was skeptical after last year. I thought that he was really going to take a hit on all of his production, and he hasn't. And he's gotten smarter. He reads through his progressions better. He's better at the line. He's just better, like overall better. And I think he's very consistent and provides you with a high floor and a high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean he's even surprised me. I kind of got lucky and snagged him in a couple super flex leagues last season.
I could have. You offered him something to me that was like minimal, and I should have gotten him from you.
I
Before the
did.
season started
I
last year.
tried to sell high last year because I didn't think he could keep this up, and he has proven me wrong. He's established himself as an elite quarterback, and he can consistently do it. And the rushing is there. I don't know. It's incredible. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for me because I have
Incredible.
him. Matt, who is your number 4?
Mariota.
Oh, I don't know.
That's high.
That's not as high as I've heard some people have. Some people have got him top 3.
Shout out
Top
John
2,
Moser.
top 3. Yep, John Moser from he's a producer over at the Dynasty Trade Calculator podcast. I'm pretty sure that Moser loves Mariota more than his own kids. It's close. But I think if he offered a trade, he'd take Mariota. Anyways, Matt,
I really like that offense. I think he's got great weapons to build around, and once again, I love his running ability. And I think, like Dak, I think he has shown improvement from college with his arm talent.
I agree. The offense is so inconsistent, though.
But he's never gonna see he's rarely going to see two safeties over the top because there's always one safety playing in the box of that run game.
Right. One's always going to be creeping in. I don't know. Living in Tennessee, I see the Titans game every Sunday, and it seems like Terry Robisky, the offensive coordinator, cannot decide whether he wants to pound it or
it's not like Smash Mouth.
But from week to week, they run it 70% of the time, and then they run play action and just throw the ball on first, second, and third down. It's very inconsistent, and it bothers me. But hopefully, as Corey Davis kind of progresses into that wide receiver one role, hopefully it'll get better.
I think I might be a little high with. I think this ranking I threw together in 10 minutes might be a little high on Mariota. I think if I sat down to it, he might be a little lower. But
I mean, his ceiling is the sky.
Yeah.
You know, once he gets the flow going, he'll
and
be fine.
And he gets some rapport with Corey Davis going. I mean, that could be a deadly combo.
100%.
Also, I'm going to come in with the rushing stat.
And Jonnu Smith. Don't sleep on Jonnu Smith.
Ooh, I like that. I just wrote about Jonnu Smith.
I think Rashard Matthews is underrated too in that offense, to be honest. I think he's got a lot of weapons.
Matthews is not a true number one.
Tywan Taylor is
underneath. Underneath stuff is great. And I mean, they still have Delaney Walker. So
the more we talk about it, the more and more like that pick is not like I'm gonna be like, that makes sense. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, because you're playing for the future. Yeah.
You know,
the more we talk about all his weapons and everything, the more I'm like, that's not far off from what I think.
Well, okay, so let me ask you guys. I'm gonna ask you both the same question. You have two quarterbacks, and you have to pick one or the other for the rest of your life. You can't switch. Andrew Luck or Marcus Mariota.
Mariota.
I'm still taking Luck.
So it shouldn't. Wow. I don't know.
Because I have him ranked higher. Why would I rank a guy higher and then not take the guy who I ranked higher?
No, yeah, that's what I was saying. So I'd still rather have Luck, but
I'd have Mariota. I also have Mariota ranked higher than I have Luck.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, to each their own. Like, I get the arguments for both sides, so that's why I was curious.
Yeah,
I'm very scared about Luck's injury.
I think everybody is at this point. But anyways, we've covered that. We'll jump down to number 5. I'll start with my number 5. It was a toss up for me, so I literally flipped a coin. I have Derek Carr. I love him. I think he's phenomenal. I think he's got the weapons down the road, and I think he's probably one of the safest in this tier for me. So that's why I have him at number 5. Matt, you're shaking your head. Why not?
Don't have him in my top 12.
You don't have Derek Carr in your top 12?
Nope.
I got Carr in my top 5. Carr is my 5th overall.
That is the hot take of the night.
Don't have my top 12.
Why not?
I just don't see it.
He's got Jared Goff ahead of Derek Carr. I guarantee it.
I do.
Oh my God.
Wow, that is amazing.
Right now, same offense. In the Rams offense as it is right now, you have a chance to plug Derek Carr in, or you stay with Jared Goff.
No, I'm staying with Jared Goff. I think he's a more arm talent.
Oh wow. I'm blown away. I don't know what to say.
I know this is very, very surprising. This is gonna go in when we tweet out the episode, this is gonna be the hook. Find out which top 5 quarterback
he's
Matt
so
doesn't
inconsistent.
have.
I want to hear why.
He's so inconsistent.
He wasn't last year.
I think he's a name, and I think he's overblown. I just don't think he's that good.
I agree that I think he has to tighten his mechanics. I think his elbow can drop a little bit, his feet can get sloppy, but I think he's talented, and I think that's why he comes out on top. Wow, I don't know. That's interesting to me. I love Carr. I traded for him in a league actually 3 or 4 weeks ago. Interesting. So, Brett, you said Carr was your number 5 as well.
Yeah, Carr's 5th for me as well. I like his ability. I like the team around him. I like the weapons he has. I like his age. I like pretty much it all.
Yeah, there's nothing I hate with
And
Carr.
that's fine. And I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I'm just saying that's not where I have him.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, same thing with me for Andrew Luck, number 1. So,
Fair. Yeah.
So we'll go ahead. We'll jump to number 6. Matt.
Whoa! I didn't get my number 5.
Oh, sorry. I was just so blown away with. I was blown away with your take. Sorry, Matt, number 5.
Carson Wentz.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. Everybody's seeing the ceiling. Wentz is my number 6, so we'll slide these together. There's not much we have to say about it. Nope. I really hope they re-sign Alshon. I hope they don't let him go. They've been good for each other. Because if they let Alshon walk, then I don't know.
Let Alshon walk and sign Allen Robinson.
Okay, that'd be fine. I'd love it.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be sweet. But for some reason, I don't think Jacksonville is going to let Robinson walk.
I think let him walk. I think they franchise tag Marquise Lee, who's been playing well over the last 3 games.
Yeah,
you're not the first person I've heard say that.
I mean, I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a fun free agent year.
Marquise Lee was a leading receiver down the stretch last year too.
Now that is true, and especially if Dede Westbrook gets healthy and he plays well towards the end of the season, then I could see him letting Robinson walk. And
Robinson and who's the other guy they have? Allen Hurns.
Allen Hurns. They signed him to a big deal.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. They might. I mean, I would love to see his contract because he's done nothing this year.
Well, he signed he signed like a 4-year, $32 million.
I think so.
32, 33. He's getting paid $8 or $9 million a year, and he's doing nothing.
He's not going anywhere.
Just like Terrell Pryor is. He paid $8 million this year.
Oh, that's a loss. Because Josh Johnson's outplaying him right now, and I love it.
With his 1 target a game.
He had 5 last week.
How many catches did he have last week? 2?
3 catches for 60 yards. All right, 59.
And how many of them were on that 1 catch?
A lot.
I'm saying
probably at least. I was going to say 75%, but it was a lot.
It was a good catch.
Big playability. Yeah, great catch. But anyway, so we're in number 6. Yeah, we're number 6 right now. Mine was Wentz, and obviously Wentz was Matt's 5. So Brett, who is your number 6?
Famous Jameis. Got him at 6. I am worried about the turnovers, but I think he's young enough, still at 23, to figure that out. I think Dirk there is a good head coach and knows what he's doing with his QBs, and I think
Dirk's on the hot seat.
I think Dirk's getting canned.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Dirk's out. I think he's out at the end of this year.
I think he's got the weapons supporting cast around him, and I think if they draft a running back or get a better running back in there, then it takes the pressure, and we'll start to not. I mean, Jameis faces a lot of coverage over the top because he can't run.
Here's a fun idea with possibly Ryan Fitzpatrick starting the rest of the year. We could see Tampa get in the Saquon sweepstakes. Interested?
That'd be incredible. So I don't think that's going to happen, but Brett, you do bring up a good point. I think it's a lot because the run game is garbage.
Yeah, that has something to do with it too.
And you don't have to stack the box against them. You can run cover 3, cover 4.
I feel like he forces a lot of throws though too.
He does. What if Winston's the next Jay Cutler?
I feel like he's still a QB1. I just don't think he's a 6.
Okay, so Winston when they came to Buffalo, I watched the whole game, and in the first half, Buffalo didn't stack the box, and he struggled. And then as soon as Doug Martin started to pick up steam, we started to send more linebackers down there, and that's when in the second half he went off. I really think it's part of the run game, but I do think that he needs to be smarter. He's got to clean up the turnovers.
Yeah, and that comes with time.
He's still 23. That's my biggest thing.
Right.
He's still
so young. And he's got great weapons around him. He's got 2 tight ends who can play, 2 very good receivers. I'm talking about Godwin.
I think he's a knucklehead too. I question his. I don't know. I still feel like we have another bonehead Jameis Winston move coming that could affect him as well too.
I don't. I think he's.
But I was thinking that until he did that eat the W thing last week, and that was so stupid.
I just think I know it was dumb, and we all make fun of him. But I really do think that he's a true leader. You don't come into a locker room as a 22-year-old, 21-year-old, and have people rally around you. Like that doesn't happen often.
I get it.
I think he had good intentions.
I think he
just came off. It came off terribly. It came off so bad.
Well, okay, but like getting back to it, I think he's young. He's got the passion. He's got the drive. He's got the arm strength. He's got good mobility. I'm not talking about rushing. I'm talking about to move and manipulate the pocket to make throws.
Yeah, it's the same thing Aaron Rodgers has. Rodgers isn't fast, but the pocket presence. He can feel it. He knows where to move.
Wentz has that. Wentz has it too.
Yeah, he does.
Wentz does have it, and yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I know you got him higher. Matt's got him lower, but I think right around 5'6".
I think that's a good spot for him. I think that's a good average, probably where he's at.
Yeah, but I mean, like this goes along with what we were saying. Like this range, 3 through 7, 3 through 7, 3 through 8.
Yeah, somewhere between. I think it's bigger than that. I think it's like 3 through 14. You can make a case.
Yeah, I mean, tons of guys. Nobody's really separating themselves, putting themselves into the elite tier, but so much potential, so much talent. It definitely is in this range. Matt, did we get your number 6?
No, it's Dak.
It is Dak? Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, still, that same thing. Literally that same thing of range. And this is what I was talking about earlier when we were discussing.
I still think that Dak gives you a higher floor than Jameis.
I agree.
I said that. That's why I have Dak higher. I said my one point was that his floor. I love the floor that he possesses. I agree with that.
I think he makes much smarter football throws.
I agree. I think his IQ is a little bit higher, to be honest. His football IQ. This is what I was talking about, though, of when we had the whole Rodgers versus Luck thing. The reason that 3 through like 12 or whatever is like that for me is because the fantasy point differential is not that great between these QBs.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's very, very small.
I mean, I think by points, I think Josh McCown might be a QB1 this year.
He is. He's like 8 or 9, 8, 9 or 10, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
That's what
but
I'm
anyways,
saying. Like, so that's why, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of covered it.
So I have a new QB at QB7, by the way, when we have not talked about yet.
Someone we have not mentioned?
Yes.
Can I guess at who it is?
Sure.
I'm going to say Stafford.
No.
Okay, lay it on us.
No, it's Cam.
Wow.
Yeah, it blows me away.
I didn't even write his name down.
I still think Cam has a lot of talent there.
He does. I don't know. I question his ability to be a quarterback, just as a whole. I don't know.
I just got done watching the Carolina Atlanta game, and I think he's coming back around.
Wow, that's interesting. So
yeah,
I don't know. It just seems like the end of last season and up until now in 2017, it seems like once he takes the snap, he doesn't want to move in the pocket. Maybe that's just from the limited stuff I've seen, but it seems like he's very, very stationary, and I don't know whether
it's not bad at all.
Okay. I don't know whether because he's been hurt. He's been banged up a little bit.
Yeah, and I think them using McCaffrey and Samuel is going to help him because he has that check down now that I don't think he had before.
Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of checkdowns.
Yeah, and I mean McCaffrey can throw the ball. I mean, I don't need him to have a whole bunch of air yards. I just want him to get yards. You know what I mean? And I still think Funchess can be the wide receiver 1 there. I wasn't a big Funchess fan, but he looked good.
He's looked better. I still think Funchess is very, very soft. I don't know. I'm still not a Funchess believer.
I like him. I mean, I think he could be a low end to mid wide receiver too.
Yeah, and maybe just from volume alone, even if he was terrible. I mean, he's the only guy really playing downfield right now for them.
Yeah. I think they would be a good target too to maybe get a night someone like I'm not saying Pierre Garçon, but someone like a Pierre Garçon, a big body possession receiver
Terrell Pryor.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Terrell Pryor to Carolina, 2018.
You heard it here first.
Anyways, we're speculating. Brett, go ahead and give us your number 7.
Marcus Mariota lands at 7 for me.
Okay, yeah, he's mine too. I bet our ranks are very, very similar. We'll run through each guys at the end. But yeah,
I think 8 through 12 is where we're all going to differ pretty heavily.
Yeah, this is going to get interesting. And we've been rolling here for a while. So let's see. I'll go ahead and start. I'll start with number 8, Russell Wilson.
Yeah, that's ridiculously low.
But
what's your negatives with him? Is it his weapons?
It's
the offensive line?
It's his weapons, and if the run game picks up, I could see him just start pounding the run, using the run.
What run?
I'm saying if the run game picks up.
It's not picking up this year.
I know.
Hasn't picked up since 2014.
I mean, like, I'd rather have Mariota. I'd rather have Wentz. I'd rather have Carr. So I guess it's just a preference thing. And it's not because I hate Wilson. I'd just rather have those guys above him.
That's fine.
Because it's a huge tier, like we were saying. So I guess it's just preference. But, yeah, Wilson's my 8.
Brett?
Y'all are going to make fun of me. I got Deshaun Watson at 8.
I have him there, too.
Okay, good. I was worried about you ripping into me.
Oh, my God.
I was worried about you ripping into me.
I'll rip into you. I'll rip into you. It's so early. Excited. I'll rip into you both.
No.
It's so early.
Why is it early?
He's played like 7 games.
So what? But how quick were people to judge Jared Goff last year after 7 games?
Very quickly. Very quickly.
And so those 7 games.
That's what I'm saying. You're making my argument perfect. Like,
no, I'm not making. I'm saying how awful he was.
Yeah, you should not have judged Goff after 7 or 8 games. So why should you judge Watson after 7 or 8?
Because he has looked spectacular.
But what if? That's what I'm saying. So if
he's done it all. He's done it all. He's read through his progressions. He knows when to pass. He knows when to check down. He knows when to tuck it and run. Like, I think he does. I think everybody.
And he has good weapons too.
Yep.
He does have good weapons. Hopkins, top 2 receiver for me right now in Dynasty. Love Hopkins. But
so
anyways,
that's linked to Watson.
Yeah, I realize that, honey. So let me get through it. So
call me honey.
I did. I don't think defensive coordinators know how to scheme for him. I mean, we see it all the time. We saw it with. I mean, we're going to go back to like Josh Freeman and even Mark Sanchez had a good start to his career. I'm not comparing him.
Mark Sanchez did not have a good start to his career. His team was successful, so he was deemed successful.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Defensive coordinators. Okay, Colin Kaepernick had the great first year and a half because they didn't know how to scheme for him.
But he's not. But it's not like he's running for 200 yards like Kaepernick was.
Yeah.
Kaepernick still had the deep ball ability. That got taken away very, very quickly. I'm just saying I think it's too early. Now, if he comes back and does this for 16 games next year, I'll be wrong. I'll be 100% wrong. I just don't think it's there. Now, he has looked better at when he has to move in the pocket, he does reset his feet and then make the throw. That I'll give him to him because he did not do that at Clemson. And he is keeping his eyes up a little bit better. But I mean, when he hit Will Fuller for like the 70-yard touchdown or whatever, Fuller had like 12. That's funny. Fuller had like 12 yards of separation. So like,
great. That's great.
Yeah, it is great. But can he hit receivers that are 2 yards open rather than 12 yards open? That's what I'm worried about.
Well, Matt Ryan can't.
Same game. The same game. So you're talking about the 12. He was separated by that far. That same game, he put it out to a spot where only Hopkins could go get it perfectly. Like,
I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen it. So, like,
that's playing to your receiver. That's what a good quarterback does.
I want to see the rest. I'm interested to see the rest of your quarterbacks. Is Matt Ryan in your top 12?
He is not. Matt Ryan is not. He's probably 13 for me. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I'd rather have him over my last 2. But I mean, he's close. But it's too early to just anoint Watson as Jesus or the Pope, even though Brett doesn't know who the Pope is. Anyways,
I need to.
I'm kidding. I don't know. I think it's too early. But
Okay, so I'll just say my number 9 because we already talked about him already. It's James.
Yes. Okay. So Jameis is your 9. Brett, who's your number 9?
This is where I have Luck slotted.
That's way too low. But that we don't need to talk about that. That's too low. We'll move on.
I mean,
It's
I get
way
it. You're
too
worried
low.
about the injury. You're assuming he's never going to play again.
If you
I
assume
get
he's never going to play again, you wouldn't have him ranked. Because why would you rank someone who's never going to play
Yeah.
again?
I'm
worried-
just
I'm
saying
worried
that's
about-
the argument.
Worried about the injury. He's in Indy for the long term. That line's bad. It's been bad for years. He's fighting with Irsay. His coach is going to get fired. There's a lot of things that goes into it.
Yeah, but he's going to get Jim Harbaugh, so he's even better off then.
Harbaugh will never leave college where he gets to handpick all of his players and have fun.
I think if they offer him the right amount of money, Harbaugh goes to Indy. Do you know how much grueling travel there is with being a college football coach? You have to
Dude,
go.
he spends the night with high school kids.
Yeah, with kickers.
Maybe he
kid
doesn't
is-
spend the night with kickers, but yeah.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
It was a kicker?
It was
I
Quinn
didn't know that.
Nordine, former Penn State commit Quinn Nordine.
Oh,
Why didn't
wow.
he
I didn't know that.
today?
So Brett, you would rather have Deshaun Watson than Andrew Luck?
Right now, yes.
Oh,
I think that's absolute absurd.
Okay, no. Now that like I say it out loud, yeah, that is pretty absurd. But like they're the same. They're like they're
sorry,
8, 9,
keep going.
8, 9. I don't know. I think I'm lower on Luck than a lot of people.
Than
and I also think that
everyone. Than literally
also
everyone.
think-
Jim
I also
Irsay
think
is
I'm-
higher than you do.
I also think I'm higher on Watson than a lot of people.
I don't think so. I think Riley's lower than a lot of people. I think we have him more of an average range.
Okay.
I hate Watson, but anyways, so my number 9 was Matt Stafford. He's
Is he? I mean, he's literally 29. So
yeah, I mean he's been so consistent.
is he a volume play for you?
I mean it's fantasy, so of course, like he's gonna throw the ball
Talk
40
about-
times a game.
Talk about
and-
no run games.
True, no run game. Abdullah's been sad. They don't know how to use Riddick. They'll draft a running back. 100%.
Abdullah's been having. He fumbled what twice on Monday.
He did. He fumbled twice.
Twice inside like the 30.
At one time it was at the goal line. Thank God
Yeah.
he or somebody else recovered it.
It was at the
Yeah.
goal line. But I mean, yeah, and he's got great weapons. Marvin Jones has been fantastic, which our buddy Jason's been preaching, trying to sell him, and it's funny because no one has done it.
I traded him Marvin Jones actually.
You traded away Marvin.
I traded away Rob Kelly and Marvin Jones for Michael Crabtree before the season started.
And I mean, like Crabtree's been close, so like it's not terrible for you.
No, but I mean I don't really
I
care
acquired
about Rob Kelly.
I acquired Marvin. I gave before week 1, I gave Kareem Hunt and I got Marvin Jones, OJ Howard in a second. And obviously I sold low, but at the time I thought I'd capitalize.
I wouldn't have made that trade.
I was very low on Marvin Jones, and now I'm turning into a bit of a believer.
See, but that's why I did the trade, because I loved Marvin. And I needed a receiver.
I saw something. He's had 4 wide receiver 1 games. It's like
He's played well.
second most.
He's played very well, and it's not a volume thing. Like he's been making great catches. He can run after the catch.
And he's seeing the ball in the end zone too, which is
he's seeing a bunch of red zone targets.
Those 2 catches on Monday night, the 2 touchdown catches,
Yeah,
were
those are
some of
good.
the best catches I've seen this year.
Right. Like Jones is phenomenal. I think he's an every week low end wide receiver 1 play.
I think he's past Golden Tate as the number 1 wide receiver for Detroit.
I agree. I think Tate's just the underneath guy now.
Yep.
I think Jones is his first read. But anyway, so getting back to Stafford, like I think they'll bring in a better runner for 2018. Tight end will be addressed. So I like Stafford. I think he's one of the safer dynasty
I agree.
quarterbacks to own.
Agree.
And you don't
Remember
have
we-
to.
remember we
you
were
don't
scared
have
of
to
Matt
pay a lot
Stafford?
for him.
Remember we were scared of Matt Stafford's injuries?
It seems like so long ago.
Yeah, Robbie, you were probably still in diapers then.
Probably.
I will say.
No, I was old enough to
got
remember when
Stafford
Stafford
at-
was drafted.
I got Stafford at 10, right behind you.
Okay.
I have
mean,
him at
still-
12. I have him at 12.
Okay, so all kind of the same area. I think the same thing. I think he's got a very safe floor.
Yeah.
And he has a high ceiling. Like he can throw
Yep.
for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns.
He at the lowest, he's going to toss for 250. at the most, he could go for like 350 and 3 touchdowns.
Right, like his worst games, he's going to throw 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, but he'll still have upwards of 250 yards.
Yeah.
So,
I
mean, it's fine.
I agree with you. I think they addressed tight end. I think they addressed running back in this draft.
Yeah, I like what the Lions are doing. I think they'll make the playoffs this year.
And
I think you have to watch out for them.
Kenny Galladay developing too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's whatever.
No,
That's a show for another day.
As a weapon, I think.
He can be their wide receiver 4. Sure.
No, he's better than T.J. Jones.
I know. I'm just saying he's hurt right now. He'll be there. He'll never be a wide receiver 2. I don't believe that at all. But anyways, who did not say their quarterback 9? Luck was. I think it was Matt. Matt, who's your quarterback?
I said it was Jameis.
Okay, gotcha. So quarterback 10, real quick. We'll just we'll go through it. Matt, who's yours?
Tom Brady.
I mean, I can't argue because like he's gonna play till he's 60. He's the Bartolo Colon of the NFL.
Except if Bartolo Colon was good.
True. Colon, Colon had a couple good seasons.
We're not talking about baseball.
Hey, I'll talk baseball anytime.
And cared about his weight or
Yeah.
Okay, that's true. The weight thing is his fault. Brett,
who's always kind of fat.
He was a big guy. Brett, who's your quarterback 10?
Stafford. I just talked about it.
Okay, gotcha. So mine's Jared Goff.
Oh yeah, Jared Goff.
McVay's not leaving.
No way.
And I mean he knows how to use him. Gurley's gonna be incredible.
Gurley is incredible.
I know. I meant is gonna be incredible for the next 5 to 7 years, if not longer. I don't know. I'm hopping on the Goff train. I mean, I liked him coming out. He was my QB1. I didn't think he'd be this good with McVay this early, but he is, and I don't care. No regrets.
Is this a scheme pick for you?
No, because he's showed that he can play.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
It's the talent, too. Like, he's got major arm talent that everybody underrated after last
Could
year.
you imagine if the Rams would have picked Wentz? Like, Wentz with McVay? Like, that would be scary.
I mean, either one. Like, you can't say that the Rams made the wrong choice now. Because they're 5-2, right?
No, they're 6-2.
6, that's even better.
And they're going to be 7. Yeah, they're playing Houston this week too.
You can't knock it. Like,
no,
both teams made the right decision.
I think here's what I'm interested to see. So next week, the Rams are playing on the road at Minnesota.
That'll be a good one.
I'll be interested to see about how Goff plays in that game with Minnesota's defense.
Yeah, with Xavier Rhodes probably shadowing Sammy.
Yeah, but they don't care because they'll just throw the ball to Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods and the tight ends.
And Gurley, which they're using Gurley a lot more in the pass game, which is awesome.
Yeah. Almost had another receiving touchdown this week.
Right. So I mean that's what I'm saying. Like nobody can really argue. I mean it sounds weird saying Goff is my quarterback 10, but he's backing it up right now.
Oh yeah. NFC Offensive Player of the Week this week.
Love it. So number 11. Brett, we'll go to you first.
Tim Brady, motherfuckers.
You got Brady there. We all had Brady in the same area. Brady's my 12. So
who do you have at 11 then there, Riley?
I have Kirk Cousins at 11. And looking at it now, I don't know.
I just have no idea where he's going to go. I think
that's the thing. Like it's a very big question mark.
What if he ends up in Miami?
Then I don't hate it, but I don't absolutely love it.
I'm
curious about a Kirk-Adam Gase relationship.
I feel like that could be either very, very good or
very, very bad.
Terrible. Either far right or far left.
Did you guys see that tweet I retweeted a couple of days ago that said Adam Gase got a head coaching job because Peyton Manning had audible out of all of his calls?
No, but that's pretty funny, though. It's kind of true.
Is Adam Gase really long for Miami?
I think they have to give him 2018, and if nothing happens next year, if nothing happens next year, then obviously.
I'm just saying the range of Kirk Cousins' possibilities is endless.
Right, and that's why I'm kind of double. I don't know. Cousins and Matt Ryan are very, very close for me.
I think Cousins is higher just because of his age. I think that
Right, and what if he lands in Denver next year with Demaryius and Manny Sanders?
yeah, but his long-term outlook is bad then because they're both 29-year-old wide receivers.
Right, I mean, obviously, then you bring somebody in because I'm a big Carlos Henderson fan, and he's sitting on the bench there. He's on IR. But anyways, I mean, what if he goes to Pittsburgh? Then you're looking at possibly Brown,
Juju,
Bryant,
maybe Mark Davis.
Juju, Bryant. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
I think Le'Veon's coming back there too. I think he'd be stupid.
He's not. They're not letting him walk. No. There's no way. But if they don't let him walk, then do they have the cap to sign Cousins?
No.
Right. Yes, so but it's not like they're going to.
It'd be tight though, and then they'd have zero flexibility.
And who knows? Maybe Ben's back next year. I mean, he's been playing better the last couple weeks.
True, but that better. You know, when you line up
and
with 5 interception
game. Ben has been healthy this year too.
Which, knock on wood, because it's week 10.
We haven't seen Ben in the walking boot yet.
Which it will happen. At least once. But yeah, Cousins is my 11. I don't know. What about you guys? Who do you guys have at 11?
I have Breeze.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think Breeze is even in my top 15.
I think he's got 3 more good years left. He hasn't showed any sign of wearing down. He's still got the deep ball. He's still hyper accurate. Him and Sean Payton are clicking right now.
Yeah, and I think this season, because he's not doing so well, he just doesn't have the weapons that he's had in the last few years.
I think they're leading on the run game this year too. I mean, they haven't had this kind of run game in years.
Kamara's been fantastic.
Yeah, I think he's I think Kamara is a dark horse for Rookie of the Year.
That's true, but the Saints, I think, in order for that to happen, I think the Saints have to make the playoffs.
They're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, then I think it's a strong possibility.
I'm looking forward to. I think week 12. I think week 12 the Rams play the Saints.
Yeah, that'd be a freaking shootout.
No, I think those So here's what's weird. So every week the Rams will give up like 10 points in the first half, and then they'll give up nothing in the second half. It's happened the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I could see that game going back and forth. You know, one of those.
I think that has good under potential right there because both those defenses have been playing well of late.
Which the Rams have had a good defense, but the Saints have been notorious for just sucking on that side of the ball. So I don't know. It's been interesting. Brett, did we say your quarterback 11?
Yeah, Tim Brady.
Yeah, it was Brady. All right, so Brady's my 12. Who do you guys have rounding out your 12? Matt?
I have Stafford.
Stafford at 12. Brett, what about you?
This one was a coin flip, as you said, for me. Between Goff and Newton, and I ended up ranking Newton at 12 and Goff at 13.
Brett, I have an interesting question for you. Where's Tyrod at for you?
Ooh, good question.
Somewhere.
You got to see his face right now. It looks like he's trying to divide 2,741 by 13.
What if I actually came up with that off the top of my head? Would you be really impressed?
No.
That's not going to happen.
Hold on a second.
Just ballpark it.
I don't need
throw exactly. Would you rather have Tyrod or Matt Ryan?
Probably Matty Ice.
Would you rather have Tyrod or let's see. I'm blanking on some quarterbacks.
You didn't rank Cousins, did you?
Tyrod or Cousins?
It honestly depends what system they're in.
Would you rather have Tyrod or Drew Brees?
Brees for the next couple of years. I think Tyrod comes in around between 16 and 18 for me.
So he's Andy Dalton range for you.
Yeah.
What about Tyrod or Andy Dalton?
Because Tyrod. Because easy. Probably more around 15 because our offense is a run first offense. That's why. He doesn't pass a whole bunch, but he gets points with his legs. He makes smart decisions. He doesn't turn the ball over, which means you're not losing points a lot with him. He's good for a touchdown and 200 yards, 250 yards a game, but his touchdown upside isn't there. You know what I'm talking about? Now, I'm curious to see what happens with KB there.
Now, I mean, it's hard to disagree. I think Tyrod is a great quarterback too, especially if you put. So what I'm trying to say is if you play Superflex and go one of the top 3 or 4 quarterbacks early, I think Tyrod's a great guy to sit back and wait to take your next quarterback.
I play him in DFS all the time.
In one of the leagues this past week, I started Tyrod and Jared Goff. I definitely.
You probably killed it, yeah, like for sure.
I play him in DFS all the time just because he's always really cheap and because people don't rank him that high. I mean,
because any week he could have 50 rushing yards and a touchdown. Right there,
I think he had 35 points this week.
He got a lot of garbage time touchdowns.
Garbage time points, still points.
True. Ask Blake Bortles.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say, I don't know what's going to happen to him long term. I
wish they'd commit to him. I wish they would just commit and say you're the guy.
I think he's here next year, but I also wouldn't rule out drafting because we have all those picks. I could see us taking a QB like if somebody from like the big 5 like fall into the second round. I could see.
What about Nate Peterman?
Peterman's. I mean, I like Peterman, but let's be real. If
he's a high-end backup at best.
I don't even think he's high-end. I think he's mid-range.
He went to Pitt, so that's enough said right there.
I'm talking about if Mayfield or Allen or somebody like that, or Mason Rudolph is there in the second. I think we jump on it.
I don't think so because I think the front office finally gets smart and realizes, hey, we're playing well, we're winning, except for this week when you lost to the Jets, which sucked.
That was
for you guys. But anyways, I just don't think they do it. I think
get through this whole episode without that coming.
Sorry. I don't know. I just think they can. I think they finally get smart and build other areas where they need, like corner.
What do you mean? They're fine at corner.
Wait, what do you mean corner?
They have Tre'Davious White and EJ Gaines. They're fine.
We need to build. We need to build
depth. I meant depth at other places.
Okay,
that's fine. Sorry, I left out the word depth.
We need O-line and defensive tackle.
Well, you just traded away you just traded away your cornerstone defensive tackle. So
that's what I'm saying.
That's what 6th round picks are for, Matt.
You guys want that fat slob? You can have him.
Where's the 6th round pick? Absolutely.
I'd rather have Darius than the 6th
round pick was because you overpaid.
They did it to clear his massive contract.
His like $98 million contract.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'd also use some of that draft capital for running backs for at least a backup, not Mike.
I said second or third round. I've been saying it for a couple of weeks now to a couple of my buddies.
Oh, and you could probably draft a couple more fullbacks too.
Just 1 or 2 more, and I think we're set.
Dude, don't bash on Joe Banyard.
They released him. We went over this last week.
Whatever. They release every running back except for McCoy and Mike Tolbert, of course.
And Patrick DeMarco.
We just said
that's true. DeMarco's not bad, but still, they have too many fullbacks.
Anyways,
slot receivers.
Getting back to our original topic, I got Newton at 12 for the sole fact that he's still got the ability, and I like some of his weapons. Like he's got the rushing ability, and I mean, I like his weapons. I still think he's one of the worst passing percentage QBs in the league, but Goff's at 13 for me, like literally right behind him, toss of the coin.
I also had Goff at 13 too.
Okay, yeah. I see. I had Matt Ryan as my guy that just missed, and looking at it now, I'd probably just put him in. I don't know. I mean, Ryan's close, but
I still feel like I didn't rank. I feel like I missed the boat with Derek Carr. I don't know. I feel like I think I'm too low with him.
That was the crazy one for me. I love Carr.
Who do you have 12?
I had Stafford. I just feel like I had Carr too low. That's all.
Yeah. Real quick before we end this thing, I want each of us to just real quick run through your top 12, just so everybody just kind of knows where everybody sits. So Brett, we'll start with you. Just run through them real quickly.
What were we saying?
Your top 12 quarterbacks. Just say them in order.
Top 12.
In descending order.
Let me pull my notes back out. You already hit me with this.
All right, I'll go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Matt.
It's Rodgers, Wilson, Luck, Mariota, Wentz, Prescott, Newton, Watson, Winston, Brady, Breeze, Stafford. I think if I had more time, I think it may have been different, but
yeah, I mean, I think mine's. I actually went through my rankings on DTC and just kind of switched a couple guys around, but mine was Luck, Rodgers, Winston, Prescott, Carr, Wentz, Mariota, Wilson, Stafford, Goff, Cousins, and Brady. And then Matt Ryan just missing out. So
I got Rodgers, Wentz, Wilson, Prescott, Carr, famous Jameis, Mariota, Watson, Luck, Stafford, Brady, Newton, and Goff just missing out.
yeah, so I mean I think this just shows how good the young quarterbacks are and how differently everybody has them because they're all so close.
Remember when everybody was worried what would happen to the NFL after everybody retired?
Yeah, it's going to be fine because obviously Breeze is kind of dropping for everybody. Brady's still sticking around there, but it's Brady. Yeah, so I mean it's going to be fine. Yeah, so I think this kind of wraps up.
I got
the 7.2 episode. We're gonna have real quick. If you guys have any parting thoughts, Brett, we'll start with you.
I got one, just because it popped up to my phone. Vontae Davis is going on injured reserve with season-ending surgery for his groin. It literally just popped up on my phone. So, for fantasy aspect for me is Indy's D continues to get even worse. And now you can definitely start your wide receiver ones starting against them with ease.
Yep, I agree. I mean, now it's a for sure thing. You don't have to worry about your receivers going up against Vontae at corner. Matt, you have any parting thoughts for us?
Sorry to the Carr family, except David. You suck.
How do you feel about the Hasselbeck family?
Ugh. Ugh. I think Tim's wife is more famous than he is.
Yeah, she's on The View, isn't she?
I don't. Do you watch The View?
I don't watch it, but it's just common knowledge. That's what I'm saying. She's more popular than he is. That's how I knew that.
I still got 15 minutes of Joy Behar.
What is that from?
I know. The Longest Yard.
Oh yeah, that's
right. The Longest Yard.
Yeah.
It's Brucey's time to shine.
I'm sorry, I had to pull out the View reference.
Dude, my favorite scene from that movie is and I hate that we're gonna spoil the cursing here at the end, but it's when the guy says you're acting like a real McAsshole.
Oh, that's not that bad.
That's a great line. I haven't heard the 15 minutes one yet. Cheeseburger Eddie is the greatest movie character ever made. I don't care what you say.
That's very wrong. But
I think Cheeseburger Eddie's hilarious. I love him.
I like the running back in that. I like Nelly as the running back.
He makes fast people look not fast.
That's a good one.
No. What about the big racist white dude? Like, that's how a white man runs a football.
That's Goldberg. Goldberg from WWE or whatever it's called now.
Was he the guy that was he got cheap shotted during the game and he was like, can of corn?
No, that was the big fat guy.
No, I'm talking about the guard, the big guard who's on the roids and then
yeah, I got you.
They switch it out with estrogen.
Oh, it's a great movie. I'm
gonna go watch that now.
Hey, I still like Brucey. Brucey's the best.
Yeah, why can't I play quarterback?
That's why.
That's why.
I knew I should have had that popcorn.
Coach Adam Sandler. That was like the last funny movie Adam Sandler made.
The best part.
What are you talking about? Jack and Jill was hilarious.
Shut up.
Oh my god. Hold on. The best part is when they're playing and the dude poops himself.
I think I made him poop himself.
Yeah. No. Or he's like, all right, Brucey, go out and kick this ball for us. He's like, okay, coach. He's like, coach, Brucey can't kick for squat. I know. Recover the ball.
I still got 15 minutes of Joy Behar.
Sorry, I broke it into a new toy.
All right, we definitely lost followers for this.
We gained them here at the end if they stayed. The Longest Yard is underrated.
The original or the remake?
Both.
Both. Anyways, so we'll wrap up with that. Since it's Brucey's time to shine. Give us a rate and review on iTunes if you haven't already. It really helps us out. Kind of expand into more listeners. And also, if you leave a rate and review and it's nice enough and we like it, you get a chance to come on and talk some football with us.
Even if you just leave a review.
Well, preferably leave a decent rating. At least 3.5 stars if you can even do halves. I don't like
Superstar
1 stars
versus half a star.
So we'll kind of wrap it up there. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at the 3 Cone Pod. You can follow Matt at Fat Mormon. You can follow Brett at Dynasty Brett, and you can follow myself at DTC_Riley B. Thank you for listening, and we will see you guys next week.
Goodbye.
See ya.